All right, another random Redbox rental, yet another blind watch. I look on just little bits of things, like when I go online, just certain little things will kind of cue me into whether or not these are worth my time. And this one absolutely was worth my time. This was very style over substance, although I could see gaining a lot from it on multiple viewings. This is a very artistic film, lots of beautiful imagery, kind of very almost Italian cinema of the 70s so much. There's just lots and lots of style in the film, lots of very cool visuals. It's very dark and dreary kind of film. It's drained of most of its color. It's also a period piece set in the 1920s in Ireland. We got a lot of familiar faces, not a lot, but a few familiar faces from Game of Thrones in this. The acting is really good. As far as the plot line, I mean, this is one of those plot lines where you just kind of, I don't know, take it how it is, because you don't really know what's all going on in the film, and you're just kind of like, oh, okay, like there's just things being given to you, and it's really just kind of, you're there to watch the horror imagery. And as I said, multiple viewings, I think you start to pick up on little things like, oh, well, maybe this means that, and maybe that's connected to this and this and that. I think this would be like a theory kind of film where you'd go into it and then you talk to some friends and be like, well, here's my thoughts and this is what I think was kind of possibly happening here. One of those kinds of movies. But the performances are all really good. It's well shot. And as I said, there's a lot of stuff in the film that is unique and cool to look at. And the atmosphere is very good. I wouldn't recommend this to people who, don't want to, people who want like a very straight plot line, like A, B, and C. You got your antagonist and your protagonist, and there's a goal and all that stuff. Like, that's not this kind of film. And also people who don't like confusing films, and also it's fairly slow as well. So if those aren't your kind of things, I would skip this. This is not a straightforward horror film in the slightest, and it doesn't rely on any horror tropes like jump scares or anything. This is all atmospheric, creepy imagery, stuff like that, and a period piece, which is pretty rare in the horror field. So I'm going to keep it super vague. I'm not going to give any plot details just because I don't think it really matters all that much, but going in blind is good. But yeah, if you're into those kinds of films like I just talked about, then check it out. It's at Redbox. It was just released today, so I definitely think it's worth your time if you're into those kinds of things. All right.